Hi guys, welcome to Learn Electronics Repair and some more car booty. Yeah, it's the end of the week again. And we have two more of these beige beauties to look at this week. This being the first one. A couple of DVD, well, writer and a ROM in there. This one has 4 USBs. Onboard graphics, so there's no graphics card in it. It does have a modem card in there, okay. I'm guessing this is probably another Pentium 4 with the 4 USBs. I could be wrong. It could be like something else in a beige box. Yeah, could be one of those pesky AMD machines. But just lately, I'm finding a hell of a lot of Pentium 4 478s. So that's what I think I have here. You guys can get guessing, of course. Get into the comments below. Yeah, say, hey, Rich, I think it's a whatever. And you have as long as it takes me to switch cameras to do that. And here it is. Okay. Well, that's a Pentium 4 Intel motherboard by the looks of it. Yeah, Intel motherboard, Pentium 4. It doesn't have the RAM bus, it has the DDR, okay, 1 AGP slot, 5 PCI, no ISA slots. Still yet to find a P4 with ISA, I know they exist. Have any of you guys ever actually physically found a P4 with ISA? A hard drive in this one, so it's basically pretty much a complete machine. Right, let's get some of this stuff onto the bench and let's have a look to see what we have here. Here's the motherboard. I've had these, in fact I'm sure exactly this same one. Previously, I probably have at least a couple more of these, same board as this one, okay? From what I remember from the last time, these Intel boards kind of have a bit of a premium on the retro market compared to some other brands. Certainly the ones with the RAM bus do fetch more money. I have at least one here with the RAM bus to go with it, by the way. This funny thing here, we've looked at these before. I'll show you again in case you didn't see this. So this is actually the real-time clock crystal. It has a frequency against it. It has like this plastic cover over it. I don't know whether that's supposed to keep it at an even temperature. I wouldn't have thought so much for a low frequency crystal like that. But anyway, that's what that actually is, that funny little plastic thing. This has SATA and IDE, and I have the hard drive to go with it, which is a SATA drive. We can see it here, 160 gigabytes. This board is surprisingly clean actually compared to a lot I've seen recently. It has the solid polymer type electrolytic capacitors, which don't really tend to fail particularly. So maybe that's one of the reasons people like these boards. Do you know, guys, would you agree with me on that the Intel boards are quite popular? Okay, so we'll just make a quick check on this for any short circuits on the VRM. If that reads okay, let's try it. Okay, so the resistance is reading high on the 12 volts, that's good. Okay, so ready to go, power on, and it starts and it boots, okay? Is that going to give us a picture? Yes, it is. Okay, so we've got the splash screen there. So this one, nice and clean, works directly out of the computer. I can't let it out of the box exactly, okay. It's now just looking for a hard drive, but we'll try the hard drive that came with it. Yeah, I'd imagine this probably has XP on, but you know, I found some unexpected operating systems on these old computers. Let's see what we have. I've connected the hard drive that came with this. I think the reason it's starting by itself is because the CMOS battery is flat, that's common. Yeah, it's asking to go into setup now, so let's try this. Probably just wants to set the defaults, I would think. Optimal defaults. Okay. And save. Okay. Let's see what happens. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to see the hard drive. In fact, I'm not sure I can even hear this thing spinning, to be honest. Oh, it's just spinning. I just don't hear the heads. Try it on the other SATA connector. Okay, let's see if it detects it as well. Again, F4. Yeah, it looks like it's not seeing this hard drive. Not detected on the SATA. I'll just get another SATA drive and let's see if it detects that. Okay, I don't know if there's anything on this one, by the way. We can try. Oh, I still have a 3 GHz processor. Unfortunately, that's not the valuable ones. It's the 3.4s. And it has detected it. It's there. So there's obviously a problem with the other drive. I'll just try it again in case I had a bad connection. I don't think this one has anything on. We can try it. Well, if there's something on there at all, it isn't bootable. Just hangs at that point, in fact. Let's put the other one back on. Let's try once more. I've seen it now. I have it. It's there. Okay, it did actually find it. Yeah, we can see it there. Maybe it was just a bad connection. Okay, it's saying floppy then hard drive. So we'll just change this. Okay, set to hard drive. Let's see if it will boot. I hear the heads now as well. Yeah. And Windows XP. Okay, so there wasn't much drama there, to be quite honest, with this one. All that's left really is to see if these do actually have a premium value that I seem to remember. Okay, let's have a look. Well, there are some for sale, so they're not that rare, you could say. But they're asking quite a lot of money, so 140, 116. Yeah. I mean, there's a number, so these are not hard to find, but they are asking a lot of money for them. That's a different one. But all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, the cheapest is that one. One wonders with so many being available if there's enough demand to support that sort of price. Okay, advanced. Let's have a look. Sold items. Search. Well, yes and no. So, this one was parts only, and somebody made an offer on 40. That one sold 121. That was 10th of June, so just over a month ago. So there is a demand for these at that price, and we can't really dispute that because there's one that sold, and that was even a faulty one. Okay, what was wrong with this thing? Let's have a look. Oh, bent fins on the North Bridge heatsink and one bulging capacitor. Untested. Okay, so there we go. Right, so we've established there is some premium for these Intel motherboards. I did actually know that, as I said earlier, but I don't really know why. Maybe they're just a damn good motherboard. The CPU, about, well, not much, yeah, not much. I didn't think these things were worth very much. If you're lucky enough and you find a 3.2, they were not a huge amount, but more. And then the 3.4, you're in the money, okay? So there's the 3.2s and the 3.4s. I only ever found one, never found one since. Yeah, there you go. I actually got a bit over 100 for the one that I sold. High commemorative value. How about that, eh? I should, of course, just to make sure that the BIOS is not for some reason detecting this wrong. We need to check. And no, we're not that lucky. It is an actual fact, the 3 gigahertz. The valuable ones, by the way, the 3.4 come in a 500k and 1 meg cache. The one I sold was a 3.4 at 1 meg cache, and I got a bit over £100 for that one. Still, I think we can say, with its IO shield, with the 3 meg processor on there, if I wanted to make a quick buck on this one and put it on at 99, the chances are that would sell quite easily. Probably fetch more than that, but quick sale, I think that would not be a bad idea. Okay, let's see what else we have. And anybody interested in this one? Yeah. And here we are. So this is exactly the condition this arrived in. It was just like this. I can see a couple of hard drives are down there, actually. So there's some hard drives in it. The motherboard is kind of like which is interesting because the graphics card is kind of like this. Yeah. I can say that this appears, when it does appear, to have a couple of USBs, which are kind of like at an angle you can't really see down there. Okay, so 2 USBs, 1 Ethernet. You would think this might be like an early P4 again. Could be a P2 or a P3. Could be something else entirely. Yeah, so let's have a look. Somebody's asked to use this, by the way. This is this sonic screwdriver that Secure sent me. You probably saw the review, maybe. I gave this to Detlef to try, and he loved this thing. He loved it, I will say that. So this is the one where you just press a button, you put it into the screw. Okay. If it's tight, I mean, we can start with a tight screw. That one's hanging out. Touch the button, twist the screwdriver, it unscrews, screws back in, and so on. Yeah. Can't show you from that angle, not easily. I'll do it again because I like this thing. Okay. Screwdriver. Hold the button in. Tighten. Yeah. Hold the button in. Untighten. How about that? So, sonic screwdriver. We'll have a play with this on the live stream, which is next weekend. But that's great fun, okay? It varies the torque by the amount you twist the handle, basically. Okay, so this one is going to require a bit of work. I'll show you. Certainly this is another Pentium 4. 5 PCIs again. So the motherboard's kind of just like loose in here, really. It doesn't look like it's physically broken or anything. This car's just waggling around in the air, yeah, in the fresh air. Okay. Nice purple graphics card. Somebody commented on purple motherboards. This is a purple graphics card. Common one, GeForce 4 MX400. I do see rather a lot of these, but not necessarily in purple. Okay, and we have this P4 X400, okay. So this is an older P4 motherboard. All these pins here are the bent, by the way, I've just noticed that. Probably something to do with this thing rattling around inside the ATX case. a broken capacitor here by the looks of it. So we have to do a little bit of work on this one, I think. Let's see. We can straighten these up to start off with. Okay, they're a little bit better, not perfect. So I think that's just been bent. Look, you see the legs come out of it. Yeah, so that needs changing. And these here definitely need changing. The others seem pretty much okay, really. I have to take the heatsink off this to get down to there. I'm not thinking this is going to be particularly fast P4 because I'm guessing this is a 400 megahertz front side buzz. Okay. Yeah, 2.66 gigahertz, fairly common, that one. Very common, in fact. Okay, so let's get some capacitors changed and then let's see if this one works. Okay, those look a lot better. Handful of bad capacitors here. Okay, plus the one from the other side. I'll just check for short circuits here. I should have done this before I changed the capacitors, to be quite honest. Although I did find the low side because I was looking to see if the white silk screen printing on here was ground, which it is. So we don't have any shorts there. That's the ground side of it. Okay, but you should check that first because if you've got short circuit high side MOSFETs, you might not want to bother repair this, and therefore you're wasting time recapping it, basically. Okay, so we're ready to go, I think. Let's see if this one actually works. I think I have this in the correct position. ATX switch. I think it means there, but hard to say. This is still a little bit bent, as you can see, but we can always straighten them. Yeah, it has like two white lines there. Let's think it is this one. We can always prove this anyway. No graphics card at the moment, but we can look for the code, see what this does, if anything. So power on, start. Well, I have the right pins. And this is giving some sort of RAM error, C1. Okay. Just take one of these out. Go again. RAM error. Try another one. RAM error. I'm expecting it to do the same without any RAM at all. Yeah. Just reseat one of these. So we're stuck on this RAM error at the moment. Okay. Yeah. I can give these a clean, but I'm not sure this is just dirty slots on this one. Go again. Same. Try that one. Yeah, I think if there's a problem with dirty RAM slots, it would have worked at least with one strip and one slot or another. Okay. We can give this a clean anyway. Okay, try again. Same. Oh! Huh. Well, I thought it did something different, but then it didn't do something different. I've noticed there's another bad capacitor here, by the way, but I don't think that is what's causing this problem. Yeah. I've tried quite a bit of RAM, so I know it's not the RAM that's faulty. I've also tried a different CPU and I have exactly the same issue. Just occasionally it'll go slightly further I may be able to show you that. So switch on. So it goes to C1. Sometimes it stops, sometimes it flicks and comes back to C1. Just go again. Mostly it just stops there though. When it does continue, it doesn't really continue. It just like goes to another code and comes back to C1. Yeah, I can't get it to do it now. So, not the CPU, not the RAM, problem with the motherboard. I've tried another CMOS battery and it's working. That's amazing. Do you know, I think it just takes a long time to test the RAM, this one. I mean, like an unusually long amount of time. Let's do again. So, C1, sit there. Now, at this point, I'm convinced that this is failing on the RAM port. I just didn't wait long enough. Look at that. Amazing. Amazing, yeah. Well, live and learn, guys. So there's no onboard video on this one. We'll have to put a graphics card in. Might as well put this one in, the nice purple one that came with it. I will remember this. I mean, this is how I learn things. You know, things like this happen and then I think, hang on, just give it 20 seconds, yeah. Strange enough, but there you go. So we've put a graphics card in. This one was being bashed around quite a bit inside the case, so who knows? Let's find out. Okay. Set the monitor to VGA. It started by itself this time for some reason. Give it a bit of time. Huh? That's the graphics card it's looking for now. Oh, no, I have a picture. I have a picture on this one. Main processor 2.66 gigahertz. So, yeah. This is working. That just fooled me. Okay, so I know we have a bad capacitor here. Wants changing, but I do think that's actually going to stop it working. Might stop one of these slots working properly, maybe. Although there aren't capacitors by all of them, so who knows. Let's attach the hard drives, or at least one of them. So this one I think is set to slave. There's no jumpers on there. This has this cooler on it and this has a jumper. So without even looking them up, I can confidently say that one is the master. This graphics card has DVI as well as VGA. So I've connected the capture card. Let's see, does it work on that? Just booting now. Yep. Yeah, I'm just into the BIOS. Just hit Del there, just want to load the defaults. Okay. Save that. Yep, let's see if this will boot into the operating system. Okay. GeForce 4 MX 440. Yep, it's got a drive, but it doesn't want to boot from it. I mean, I don't know if there's anything actually on this hard drive, to be quite honest. Also, it kind of come up a little bit strange on here, like it's in some way garbled. Could just try a different IDE cable. But again, it doesn't want to boot from that hard drive, okay? Okay. So it looks like we have a good motherboard here. I'm not familiar with this. I'm not even sure what brand this is, to be quite honest. This P4X400. let's go into eBay and let's have a look. And again, let's have a quick look for this graphics card. But I know these are not really valuable particularly. G44MX440. Okay. Yeah, I mean the asking price are about £15, £10. These are not an expensive graphics card. It might be a bit more because it's purple. Who knows? And the motherboard. Let's see if this is the model number. So P4X400. Well, ECS it says, but that only has 3 PCI slots. Looks different to mine. Okay. I think that is the correct model number. I'm not sure this is an ECS board though. I'm just looking for any other marking. It says MH5 in the corner. Nothing underneath it. Let's just go to Google and have a quick look. P4X400. Well, Soyo, but that doesn't look like the picture of mine. Is it? That's the chipset P4X400, I can say that much. Mine doesn't have that connector there, so it ain't that one. And the slots are in different places as well. Or rather the sockets, okay. Evasive it says. That one's a little bit of a mystery then. Sure, you guys will solve it. Okay. Okay, we can look. So MH5 or yeah, MH5 in the corner. Nothing else on here. Again, the same P4X400-AL. Maybe go with that. Maybe go with that. Let's look. Oh, it's a DFI board, according to this. Now, they're kind of collectible. That looks like it. Yeah, that layout is exactly right. So, this is what we have. Okay. I think some people collect this brand. Digital Flower International or Incorporated, something like that. It's a diamond flower. Oh, diamond flower, not digital flower. Okay, I'm wrong, guys. Diamond flower. Don't see any for sale. And I don't see any sold. Oh, and I was just making sure I had the IO shield, which is still stuck in the back of the ATX case. And I realised that this was in there. Now, normally you can't peel these off. It was stuck to the bottom. This one's a bit gooey, but it's peeled off in one piece. So I have that with it as well. Yeah, there is definitely the model. Does that make it more valuable, having that? I suspect that, you know, somebody wants to buy this. If you guys say it's worth anything, may pay an extra euro or two just because it has that with it. Probably not so many of those around. Yeah, ephemera, they call that. So guys, what is my diamond flower P4X 400AL worth? Yeah, over to you guys on that one. You know where to reply, down there. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon on Learning Electronics Repair. Ciao for now, guys.